Cody Mauch wasn't just overlooked. He was completely off the radar. A no-star high school recruit with 0 college offers, Cody had every reason to be counted out. But against all odds, he shocked the football world by not only making it to the NFL, but thriving as one of its most anticipated linemen. How did a small-town kid with no path to college football turn the tables and defy every expectation? Today, we're diving deep into Cody's incredible journey to uncover the grit, resilience, and game-changing decisions that led to his rise to NFL stardom. Cody Mauch's journey begins in Breen Ridge, a small, close-knit town in Minnesota where life was simple but challenging. It was here, in this rural environment, that Cody learned the values of hard work, resilience, and community principles that would shape him throughout his life. Growing up on a family farm, Cody's responsibilities were significant from a young age. Farm work wasn't something you could delay or avoid. Whether it was feeding livestock, hauling bales of hay, or maintaining the property, Cody was constantly pushed to work hard, both physically and mentally. This tough, rural upbringing didn't just strengthen his body, it built his character. Every task, no matter how menial, demanded focus and endurance. If he didn't get the work done, the entire farm would suffer. This sense of accountability became ingrained in Cody. He wasn't just learning how to move hay or fix fences, he was learning the value of persistence and responsibility. This mindset of taking ownership, of giving 100% effort, became a core part of who Cody was both on and off the field. In a small town like Breen Ridge, opportunities were limited, but sports offered Cody a way to stand out. From football to basketball to track, he became a multi-sport athlete, excelling in every arena he entered. His versatility wasn't just a matter of talent, it was a necessity. In a small school, where specialized coaching or resources were scarce, Cody adapted by learning to play multiple positions and mastering different skills. This adaptability would serve him well later in his career. However, playing in a small town also meant limited exposure. Breen Ridge wasn't a place where scouts regularly visited, and many athletes like Cody went unnoticed. For some, this lack of visibility would be a roadblock, but Cody took it as a challenge. Instead of focusing on the lack of attention, he focused on what he could control: his effort, his work ethic, and his drive. Cody knew that if he wanted to make it to the next level, he would need to outwork everyone, proving his worth through sheer determination. On the field, Cody's work ethic set him apart. He embraced every role he was given, whether it was offense, defense, or special teams. The demands of small-town sports meant he had to be flexible, often playing different positions depending on the team's needs. This versatility, born out of necessity, gave Cody a unique edge that would later set him apart from others. He wasn't just focused on being great at one thing, he wanted to be great at everything. But it wasn't just Cody's physical resilience that grew during these years, his emotional resilience was also being shaped. In a community where everyone knew each other, successes were celebrated, but failures were equally visible. There was no escaping the spotlight, no fading into the background after a bad game. Yet, instead of letting this pressure break him, Cody used it as motivation. Every setback fueled his desire to improve. In Breen Ridge, failure wasn't something to fear, it was something to overcome. Cody's early years in Breen Ridge weren't glamorous, but they were formative. His experiences on the farm and in local sports taught him that success doesn't come from talent alone, it's earned through hard work, dedication, and an unbreakable will. These qualities, cultivated in the fields and courts of his small hometown, would become the foundation for the next phase of his journey. Cody Mauch's adaptability became apparent early in his athletic career. In a small town like Breen Ridge, athletes didn't have the luxury of specializing in one position or even one sport. Cody thrived in this environment, where versatility wasn't just valued, it was a necessity. From a young age, he played a variety of positions on the football field, often switching between offense, defense, and special teams. This adaptability, while born out of necessity, would become one of his greatest strengths as an athlete. In football, Cody's ability to fill multiple roles made him indispensable to his team. If they needed a wide receiver, Cody was there. If they needed someone on defense, he was ready. He didn't see this constant shifting as a challenge, but rather an opportunity to learn and grow. Each new position required him to develop different skills, forcing him to expand his knowledge of the game and his physical abilities. This adaptability would become a hallmark of Cody's career, setting him apart from others who were more rigid in their roles. But Cody's growth wasn't just about his physical prowess, it was also about his mindset. He developed a team-first mentality that kept him motivated even when his circumstances were less than ideal. playing in a small school meant that the team didn't always have the resources or exposure that larger programs enjoyed. There were no state-of-the-art facilities or constant attention from scouts. But Cody never let that discourage him. Instead, he focused on how he could contribute to the team and improve his own skills, regardless of the limitations around him. Cody's attitude wasn't about personal glory, it was about doing whatever was necessary to help the team succeed. Whether it was switching positions or filling gaps, he was always willing to step up. This selflessness became a key part of his identity, and it would serve him well throughout his career. He understood that football wasn't about individual stats or recognition, it was about the collective effort of the team. Cody's mental toughness and determination to succeed, no matter the obstacles, set the foundation for the rest of his athletic journey. One moment in particular stands out as a pivotal point in Cody's development, an incident during a high school basketball game that would leave a lasting mark on his appearance and, ultimately, his personality. During a play, Cody took a hard fall that resulted in him losing several teeth. For many young athletes, such an incident might have been a devastating blow to their confidence. After all, a physical change like this can significantly impact a person's self-image, especially during their formative years. But Cody didn't let the injury affect his spirit. Instead, he embraced the situation with humor and confidence. The gap-toothed smile that emerged from that moment became a defining feature of his appearance, but more importantly, it became a symbol of his resilience. Cody didn't shy away from the attention his new smile brought. In fact, he leaned into it. The injury could have been a source of insecurity, but Cody turned it into a badge of honor. His smile became a representation of his toughness, both physically and mentally. In many ways, the incident was a turning point for Cody, marking the moment when he fully embraced who he was, flaws and all. Instead of feeling self-conscious, he became even more confident, knowing that his strength came not from his appearance, but from his unshakable will and character. This confidence radiated both on and off the field, and it only strengthened his resolve to succeed. The injury didn't just affect his appearance, it influenced his mindset. Cody learned that setbacks, whether physical or emotional, didn't define him. What mattered was how he responded to those challenges. Rather than letting the incident become a source of embarrassment, he used it to fuel his determination. Cody's gap-toothed smile became a symbol of his resilience, a visual reminder of his ability to bounce back from adversity. Through these experiences, Cody's resilience and versatility continued to grow. Whether it was adapting to different positions on the field or navigating unexpected challenges off it, he always found a way to push forward. His team-first mentality and unbreakable spirit set the tone for the rest of his journey, as he continued to face and overcome challenges with the same determination and grit that had defined him from the beginning. As Cody Mauch continued to excel in high school sports, his talent became undeniable. Yet, despite his impressive work ethic and versatility, Cody faced a harsh reality: he was underestimated by nearly every college football program. For many high school athletes, the recruitment process is the moment when their hard work pays off with offers from colleges. But for Cody, that recognition didn't come as expected. During his high school years, Cody's growth as an athlete was clear to those who knew him. He had the skills, the drive, and the adaptability that should have caught the attention of recruiters. However, many college programs questioned his potential, particularly because of his lean build. Cody, though talented, didn't have the physical presence that coaches often sought in their top recruits. He was seen as too small to compete at the collegiate level, and his future as a football player seemed uncertain. For Cody, this rejection was personal. He had spent years proving himself on the field, mastering different positions and working harder than most. Yet, despite his efforts, he was overlooked. The sting of rejection hit hard, especially as Cody saw other athletes receiving offers from programs that had dismissed him. Rather than allowing this disappointment to break him, Cody used it as fuel. The doubts that others had about him became his motivation to push harder and prove them wrong. With no scholarship offers on the table, Cody faced a tough choice. He could give up on his dream of playing college football or take a different path, the path of a walk-on. Ultimately, Cody made the bold decision to walk on at North Dakota State University. For any athlete, being a walk-on is a difficult road. Walk-ons enter the team with no guarantees, no scholarship, no secure spot on the roster, and no promises of playing time. It's a path that requires immense determination, as the odds of earning a role on the team are slim. But for Cody, the challenge was just another opportunity to prove himself. When Cody arrived at North Dakota State, he didn't fit the mold of a typical offensive lineman. At the time, he was still growing into his body and lacked the size and strength of the scholarship players around him. While others had already bulked up and honed their skills, Cody knew he was a work in progress. But that didn't intimidate him. he recognized that his physical transformation, just like his mental and emotional growth, would come in time. Cody was ready to put in the work necessary to change his body, develop his skills, and elevate his game to the collegiate level. As a walk-on, Cody had everything to prove. From the moment he set foot on campus, he threw himself into the team's rigorous strength and conditioning program, determined to build the muscle and endurance he needed to compete. The workouts were grueling, but Cody approached them with the same grit and work ethic that had gotten him this far. Day by day, he grew stronger, adding muscle to his frame and increasing his speed and agility. But his transformation wasn't just physical, it was mental, too. He had to confront the doubts that came with being a walk-on, a player seen as less than by those with scholarships, and prove that he belonged on the team. Cody's mental toughness was tested daily. Being a walk-on meant that nothing was guaranteed, and every day was a battle to prove his worth. But Cody had been preparing for this moment his entire life. The perseverance he had developed from his early years on the farm, through his high school athletic career, gave him the mental edge he needed. Walk-ons often face a lonely path, but Cody was never one to shy away from hard work or adversity. He saw each practice, each rep, as an opportunity to close the gap between him and the scholarship players, and he took full advantage of every opportunity. Physically, Cody's transformation was gradual, but undeniable. Over time, he began to build a body that could withstand the demands of playing on the offensive line. But this transformation was about more than just muscle. Cody worked to become a smarter, more well-rounded player. He studied film, refined his technique, and learned to anticipate his opponent's moves. The work wasn't glamorous, but it was necessary, and Cody embraced every part of the grind. As Cody continued to develop, his coaches began to take notice. His relentless work ethic and dedication to the team set him apart. Whether he was playing on the offensive line, contributing to special teams, or simply doing whatever was needed, Cody's selflessness and versatility made him an invaluable asset. His role on the team steadily grew, and with it, so did his confidence. The respect he earned wasn't just because of his growing physical presence, but because of the character he displayed, day in and day out. Cody's journey as a walk-on was defined by persistence. He didn't have the privileges or guarantees that scholarship players enjoyed, but he refused to be defined by that. He showed up every day, worked harder than anyone else, and slowly but surely earned the respect of his coaches and teammates. His selflessness and dedication to the team became his defining characteristics. By the time Cody's college career truly began to take off, he had not only transformed his body but had also strengthened his resolve. The rejection he faced during the recruitment process, while painful, had shaped him into a stronger, more determined athlete. Cody learned that success wouldn't be handed to him, he had to fight for it. And through that fight, he had begun to lay the foundation for the next stage of his journey. Cody Mauch's arrival at North Dakota State University marked the beginning of a critical phase in his journey, his physical transformation. When he first stepped onto the campus as a walk-on, Cody was not the imposing figure you see today. He was lean, undersized for the position he aspired to play, and relatively unknown in the world of college football. However, Cody saw this as an opportunity. He knew that if he wanted to compete at the collegiate level, he needed to make significant changes to his body. What followed was a physical and mental transformation that would redefine his future. In the early stages of his college career, Cody faced a number of physical challenges. Being smaller than most offensive linemen, he had to work twice as hard to keep up with the other players. His initial lack of size made it difficult to compete in drills and scrimmages. The physicality of college football was on an entirely different level from high school, and Cody quickly realized that he would need to overhaul his body if he wanted to succeed. He wasn't just up against his teammates, he was up against some of the best athletes in the country. But instead of being discouraged by the gap between him and his competition, Cody became determined to close it. One of the biggest challenges Cody faced was the physical grind of strength and conditioning training. North Dakota State had a reputation for developing strong, tough players, and their training program was designed to push athletes to their limits. For Cody, every day in the weight room was a test of his endurance and determination. He wasn't just lifting weights, he was building the strength and power that would eventually make him a force to be reckoned with on the field. Cody embraced the challenge wholeheartedly. While many players dreaded the grueling workouts, Cody saw them as an essential part of his journey, a chance to prove to himself and others that he belonged. In the first year or two, the results of Cody's efforts weren't immediately visible. He was still gaining weight, building muscle, and working on his technique. However, the real transformation happened gradually. Over time, Cody's body began to change in noticeable ways. He started gaining significant muscle mass, his frame filling out as he built strength and power in the gym. His dedication to strength training allowed him to add over 80 pounds of muscle during his college career, a remarkable transformation that wasn't just about aesthetics, but about performance. Cody's physical evolution wasn't a result of any magic formula or secret diet. It came down to one thing: hard work. Day in and day out, he committed himself to the process, staying focused on his long-term goals even when the results weren't immediate. His transformation was the result of thousands of hours spent in the gym, countless reps, and an unwavering belief in his own potential. Cody knew that in order to succeed, he needed to transform his body into a machine that could compete at the highest level. And he did just that. But Cody's journey wasn't just about physical growth. His mental evolution was equally important, and in many ways, the two were deeply connected. As Cody's body grew stronger, so did his mindset. The physical challenges he faced in the gym and on the field mirrored the mental challenges he faced off it. College football is a demanding, high-pressure environment, and it requires more than just physical strength. It demands mental toughness, focus, and resilience. Cody's ability to endure and thrive in the weight room translated directly to his ability to handle adversity on the field. Every rep, every sprint, every drill wasn't just building muscle, it was building mental toughness. Cody learned to push through pain and exhaustion, to keep going when others would quit, and to focus on the bigger picture. This mental resilience became a defining feature of his game. No matter how tough things got, Cody never backed down. Whether he was facing a physically superior opponent or grinding through a tough practice, his mental strength allowed him to persevere. His physical and mental growth became intertwined, each fueling the other in a cycle of continuous improvement. The transformation Cody underwent was about more than just getting bigger or stronger, it was about becoming the best version of himself. As he developed physically, his confidence grew as well. With each pound of muscle gained, Cody's belief in his own abilities increased. He began to see himself not just as a walk-on, but as a true competitor, someone who could make an impact on the field. This growing confidence translated into his performance, and it wasn't long before his coaches and teammates began to see the change, too. By his third year at North Dakota State, Cody had transformed into a completely different player. He was no longer the lean, undersized walk-on who had to fight for every opportunity. Now, he was a physically imposing presence on the offensive line, capable of holding his own against some of the best players in the country. His combination of size, strength, and athleticism made him a versatile player who could contribute in a variety of ways. But more importantly, Cody's transformation was a testament to his work ethic and determination. He hadn't been handed anything, he had earned it through sheer force of will. Cody's physical transformation also had a profound impact on his career. As he became stronger and more confident, his role on the team expanded. Coaches began to trust him in more critical situations, and his versatility allowed him to play multiple positions along the offensive line. His dedication to improving his body and mind made him an invaluable asset to the team, and he quickly became a leader both on and off the field. His journey from an overlooked walk-on to a key player for North Dakota State was a direct result of his willingness to outwork everyone around him. Ultimately, Cody's physical transformation wasn't just about football. It was about proving to himself that he could overcome any obstacle, that with enough hard work and determination, he could become the player and the person he always knew he could be. His journey at North Dakota State was marked by challenges, but each challenge only made him stronger. Cody's evolution, both physically and mentally, was the foundation for everything that followed, and it's what continues to drive him as he pursues his dreams at the highest level. Cody Mauch's physical transformation at North Dakota State was impressive, but perhaps the most significant changes he underwent during his college years were mental and emotional. Walking onto a Division I football team comes with immense pressure, and Cody's journey was no exception. From day one, he faced the weight of being a walk-on, a player with no scholarship, no guaranteed playing time, and very little security. This pressure would have been enough to break many athletes, but for Cody, it was the fuel that drove him. Being a walk-on meant constantly proving himself, not just physically, but mentally. Cody had to compete against scholarship players who were bigger, stronger, and more experienced. They had the resources, the support, and the recognition that Cody lacked. But what Cody did have was a relentless mindset. He understood that he would need to outwork everyone around him, and that the mental battles would be just as challenging as the physical ones. Every practice, every rep, and every game was an opportunity to prove that he belonged, not just to his coaches and teammates, but to himself. The emotional toll of this pressure was significant. For Cody, the uncertainty of being a walk-on meant that every day was a fight to secure his place on the team. There was no room for complacency or self-doubt. Even as he began to bulk up and improve his skills, Cody knew that one mistake or one bad performance could set him back. The weight of this constant pressure was heavy, but Cody carried it with a sense of purpose. He refused to let fear or doubt take control. Instead, he channeled the pressure into determination, using it as motivation to keep pushing forward. Despite his progress, Cody faced his fair share of criticism and setbacks. As with any athlete, there were times when things didn't go as planned. Whether it was losing a game, making a mistake in practice, or simply feeling overwhelmed by the demands of college football, Cody experienced moments of frustration and defeat. These low points could have easily shaken his confidence or caused him to question his path. But Cody's response to adversity was what set him apart. Rather than dwelling on the defeats, Cody used them as learning experiences. Each setback became an opportunity to grow, both mentally and emotionally. He learned to develop thick skin, knowing that criticism was part of the journey. Football, much like life, is full of ups and downs, and Cody understood that how he responded to those moments of failure would define his success. Instead of letting the pressure break him, Cody let it build him up. Every loss, every mistake, every critique only strengthened his resolve to improve. In the face of these challenges, Cody's emotional resilience became one of his greatest assets. He realized that mental toughness was just as important as physical strength. College football is demanding, and the grind of practices, games, and academics can wear down even the most talented athletes. But Cody had something that couldn't be measured by physical metrics: a resilience that allowed him to keep going when others might have quit. His ability to stay mentally strong in the face of adversity, to keep believing in himself even when the odds were stacked against him, was what carried him through the most difficult moments of his college career. Throughout this journey, Cody wasn't alone. One of the most important sources of strength for him was his family and his community back home in Breen Ridge. His family had always been his biggest supporters, and their belief in him never wavered, even when he faced rejection and setbacks. Cody's parents, siblings, and friends were there for him every step of the way, offering words of encouragement, showing up to his games, and reminding him of the values that had shaped him: hard work, humility, and perseverance. The support of his family wasn't just a source of comfort, it was a reminder of why he started this journey in the first place. Cody knew that he wasn't just playing for himself, he was playing for his family, his community, and everyone who had believed in him when others didn't. This emotional support was invaluable during the toughest times. Whether it was a call from his parents after a difficult practice or a visit from his friends during a stressful week, these moments of connection helped Cody stay grounded and focused on his goals. But the emotional journey wasn't just about overcoming external pressures or finding strength in his support system. It was also about Cody's personal growth and development. As he navigated the highs and lows of college football, Cody matured emotionally in ways he hadn't anticipated. He learned to manage stress, to cope with the demands of balancing academics and athletics, and to keep his emotions in check during high-pressure situations. This emotional growth wasn't something that happened overnight, it was the result of years of experience, reflection, and hard work. Cody's emotional resilience didn't just make him a better football player, it made him a better person. He developed a deeper understanding of himself, his limits, and his potential. He learned the value of patience and persistence, recognizing that success doesn't come all at once but through steady, consistent effort. This personal growth was perhaps the most important transformation Cody underwent during his time at North Dakota State. It wasn't just about becoming physically stronger or more skilled, it was about becoming emotionally mature, learning how to handle pressure, and developing the mental toughness that would carry him through the rest of his life. As Cody's college career progressed, this emotional maturity became a defining feature of his leadership on and off the field. Teammates and coaches began to look to him not just for his physical abilities, but for his mental strength and his calm demeanor in difficult situations. He had become a player who could be relied on when the stakes were high, someone who could handle the pressure of big games and tough decisions with grace and composure. By the time Cody reached the end of his college journey, he had grown in every way imaginable. His physical transformation had made him a force on the football field, but it was his mental and emotional transformation that truly set him apart. He had faced the pressure of being a walk-on, the criticism of being underestimated, and the challenges of balancing athletics and life. And through it all, he had emerged stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. Cody's journey is a powerful reminder that success isn't just about physical strength or talent, it's about emotional resilience, mental toughness, and the ability to keep pushing forward, no matter the obstacles. His story is one of growth, not just as an athlete, but as a person, and it's this emotional journey that continues to inspire those who hear it. As Cody Mauch's time at North Dakota State University progressed, his hard work began to pay off in tangible ways. No longer the undersized walk-on fighting for a place on the team, Cody had transformed himself into a key player on the offensive line. His combination of size, strength, and mental toughness made him a force to be reckoned with, and his versatility honed during his high school years allowed him to excel in multiple positions. Cody's relentless dedication had finally earned him the recognition he had been striving for since his first day as a walk-on. During his later years at North Dakota State, Cody's impact on the field was undeniable. The Bison football program was known for its dominance in the FCS, Football Championship Subdivision, and Cody played an integral role in helping the team maintain its winning tradition. His ability to protect the quarterback, open up running lanes, and adapt to different roles along the offensive line made him a standout player. As his skills grew, so did his reputation. By the time he was an upperclassman, both the media and NFL scouts had begun to take notice. Cody's journey to success wasn't just about his physical transformation, it was about the mental and emotional growth he had undergone as well. His leadership on the field reflected the resilience and maturity he had developed over the years. He wasn't just a powerful player, he was a reliable teammate, someone the coaches and players could depend on in critical situations. This consistency and reliability, paired with his physical abilities, made him a rising star in college football. The media started paying attention, and Cody's name began circulating in draft conversations. By the time Cody's senior year arrived, NFL scouts were regularly attending his games. The buzz around him was growing, and his performances on the field only heightened that excitement. As his team continued to rack up wins, Cody's stock rose. His versatility, being able to play different positions on the offensive line, was an attractive quality to NFL teams. This adaptability, coupled with his incredible work ethic, made him a player that scouts couldn't ignore. Cody had come a long way from the days of being overlooked by college programs, and now, he was on the radar of some of the biggest names in professional football. As the 2023 NFL Draft approached, Cody knew that all of his years of hard work were about to pay off in a big way. The draft process can be nerve-wracking for any player, but Cody remained calm and focused. He had faced pressure before being a walk-on at North Dakota State, enduring grueling workouts, and overcoming self-doubt. This was just the next step in his journey. Cody's humility and grounded nature kept him focused on what mattered most, staying prepared and ready for the moment his name would be called. When the second round of the NFL Draft arrived, Cody's patience was rewarded. He was selected early in the round, a testament to how much he had grown as a player and how much faith NFL teams had in his potential. The moment was surreal. Cody had gone from an overlooked, undersized high school player to one of the top prospects in the country. Hearing his name called during the draft was a life-changing experience, and it was a moment of validation for all of the hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance he had shown throughout his career. Cody's selection in the second round wasn't just a personal victory, it was a source of pride for his family, his community, and everyone who had supported him along the way. Breen Ridge, the small town that had shaped Cody's work ethic and resilience, celebrated his success as if it were their own. For Cody, being drafted wasn't just about achieving his dream of playing in the NFL, it was about proving that with enough dedication, anyone can overcome the odds, no matter where they come from or how many people doubt them. But being drafted was only the beginning of Cody's next challenge. The transition from college football to the NFL is a significant leap, both physically and mentally. The speed of the game is faster, the competition is tougher, and the expectations are higher. Cody knew that just because he had made it to the NFL didn't mean his work was done. In fact, it was just getting started. He approached his rookie season with the same mindset that had gotten him to this point: work hard, stay focused, and be adaptable. In his first months in the NFL, Cody faced a steep learning curve that every rookie encounters. The playbooks were more complex, the practices more intense, and the players more skilled. But just as he had done at North Dakota State, Cody rose to the challenge. He put in the hours, studied the game, and continued to refine his technique. His coaches quickly recognized his dedication and were impressed by how smoothly he adjusted to the demands of professional football. Cody's impact on the field became clear during his first season. He earned the trust of his teammates and coaches, who saw him as more than just a rookie. His ability to quickly grasp complex plays and execute at a high level made him a reliable player, someone who could be counted on in critical moments. Whether he was protecting the quarterback or opening up holes for the running backs, Cody's presence on the offensive line was felt immediately. As the season progressed, Cody began to solidify his place as a dependable player in the NFL. His versatility once again became a key asset, as he was able to fill multiple roles depending on the team's needs. This adaptability, combined with his physical and mental toughness, ensured that Cody was no longer just a rookie trying to find his place. He was a key contributor to the team's success. His journey from an overlooked high school athlete to a rising NFL star was a testament to the power of perseverance, hard work, and belief in oneself. Cody's rise in the NFL is far from over. His rookie season was just the beginning of what promises to be a long and successful career. As he continues to grow and improve, both physically and mentally, there's no doubt that Cody will leave a lasting impact on the game. His story serves as an inspiration to anyone who has ever been underestimated or doubted, proving that with enough determination and resilience, even the loftiest dreams can become reality. Cody Mauch's journey from an overlooked walk-on to an NFL player is a powerful testament to the balance between physical evolution and mental resilience. His story shows us that true success is achieved through hard work, adaptability, and perseverance, both on and off the field. If Cody's journey inspired you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories of resilience and success. Your support helps us bring more motivational content straight to you.